Thank you for purchasing my conversational solfege style gradebook. This is something I just created for myself, and people expressed some interest, so I'm putting it up here. Uh, it's pretty simple itself in that really if there's an empty spot on the gradebook, you can fill it in. If it has some sort of weird gobbledygook here, don't fill it in. It'll auto-calculate itself. The idea is that it's laid out into the different units of conversational solfege, such that unit 1 is a rhythmic unit, and so you can take your data and it'll automatically calculate based on rhythm. If you get to unit 4, which is a tonal unit, way over here, the blue heading, the tonal unit, I have it set to automatically calculate tonal altitude over here. Now I talked about tonal aptitude. You can calculate your rhythmic and tonal and composite aptitudes using tools by Edwin Gordon called the intermediate measures of music audiation and the primary measures of music audiation. Now, John Feierabend himself uses the primary measures of music audiation, which is fine. It's great for younger grades and younger students, like in kindergarten, preschool, and first grade. But these tests use the grade that the student takes the test in to calculate aptitude. I have made the decision to test every year, and so I use the intermediate measures because it stretches to an older age. According to Gordon's theories, aptitude is stabilized around age 9 plus or minus 2 years, and so grade 4, grade 5, and 6 is where aptitude is going to stabilize, and so that's where I put it. Now you can buy the tests themselves on GIA Music right here. Just search for primary measures of music audiation if you choose to take that test, or the intermediate measures of music audiation for grades 1 through 6. It labels up here what ages you can give the tests. There's also a newer resource called the GIA Music Assessment that allows you to give the test entirely online. It's not exactly as affordable, and if like I'm giving the test to 700 students, it would be way too expensive for me to use the online assessment, so I use the pen and paper assessment. In order to use this gradebook, I have a student selected in 2nd grade. It's important that you choose the grade that you are going, that you specify what grade you're doing so that you can have the accurate testing information. If you don't give the test every year, just make a copy of the grade you gave the test in and use it that way, not necessarily the grade that they are in. So if I'm going to do a new 2nd grade class, I choose to always leave a blank original copy, so I would copy the 2nd grade one, create a copy. There we go, it's labeled 2nd grade 2 now. I'll put my student's name in, student, class Kennedy. I feel like every school has a Miss Kennedy. So this student is just above and beyond, has amazing tonal aptitude. They got 36 questions correct. That puts them in the 85th percentile for tonal. Now, they also, not so hot on the rhythm. They got 20 questions out of 40 correct there. That puts them in the 1st percentile. You know what? I don't like that. Let's make a 30 out of 40. 40th percentile. They're still in their median range. Their composite then is they are the 60th percentile of music aptitude compositely. Now I can take that information over here into unit 1. You can see that it auto-populated right here, putting them in the 40th percentile for rhythm aptitude. Now when in each step of conversational solfege give an assessment, oh, this student got 1 on my first assessment. And then so you can see I have it averaged out over here. I have an average of 1. Oh, but they got better. Now they got a 2 on the 2nd assessment. They've got 1.5. That's still not so great. But they finally figured out what was going on, and they got a 3 on the 3rd time I assessed the activity. That you can see that this now calculated out here, and it's yellow, just as the composite and rhythm percentile scores are, saying that they got a median grade in here. I have 2 boxes after the averaging box that show as an extension opportunity. Say this student went above and beyond and got 3s all the way across. You can see it calculated out to show that this green, they're doing a great job. I would then give this kid an extension activity because they need it. And there's an opportunity for both. This one doesn't auto-calculate because it's not as many kids are going to get it. I try to make sure that if this box turns green, I give them a extension activity. I calculated this out so that they can get a 2, a 3, and a 3. That would still work. A 1, a 2, and a 3, that would not work. A 1, a 1, and a 3 definitely wouldn't work. 2 2s and a 3, that would still work. Because there's still, the way I grade is 1 is not yet meeting my standards, 2 is meeting my standards, and 3 is exceeding my standards. It's easy for them. So say you only grade it once, that's perfectly fine. Just put a 3 in there. You can see that that child is ready for an extension activity. Now, realistically, in step 1 in conversational solfege, you would not be assessing. Because step 1 is have some fun. It's later on that you would be assessing, but so people could use it, I did leave that one open as well. Step 2 all the way through step 12 are all labeled. Step 5 is where you absolutely have to assess. And moving on, once you get past steps 1, 2, and 3, you don't, and 4, you absolutely have to start assessing, but it's not necessarily at that point. The good thing about this, using a gradebook like this, is you can quickly see if you have that 80 to 90% of students meeting your expectations and meeting the goals of each step before you move on. I hope this is helpful. If you have any questions, please do email me. I do my best to respond. Check out the other products I have. Have a great day.